Okay, I said I was gonna. I was gonna practice my Australian. Oh, throw some shrimps on the barbie. There's crocodiles over in the salt water over there. That's pretty good, isn't it? Put it on the Foster's on the lager. Put it on the barbecue. Snakey is here. Hello, Snake. Hello. How are you? Now, I've been listening to a lot of the Russell Brand stuff. It's all over the fucking media. They're trying to torpedo this guy, but let's be honest. Let's be fair. Some of these women might have some legitimate discussions with the police, right? I mean, I heard one rape word. And I also heard some other bullshit. Oh, I was emotionally manipulated. Fuck you. Are you an adult or not? Don't give me this, oh my God, he manipulated me. Yeah, let's point that out. What you wanted to do is you wanted to fuck a famous guy. And the next morning when he said, what's your name? Didn't even remember her, because famous dudes don't give a shit about you, but you still want to fuck them. Just saying, just a little bit. Bingus is here. Hamster, what you doing out of your cage? Well, I found me some a bag full of Guinness. I don't know what happened. It just was like outside. Oi, I found me some Guinness out there in the backyard. Or something like that. Okay. Rodents make the moist. Excuse me, Brandon. Where was your live stream today, you bitch? You trained monkey. I didn't see anything. All right, let's go to Bering and see what the fuck he has to say. Oh, by the way, Bering is married to Sugar Tits. And, he's really not a hater of women. But say whatever you want. Oi!
Here we go. Bering Grape Apology Video Volume 4000 and something. The woke people are not going to like this. So Russell Brand released a video on Friday preempting some allegations he'd been made aware of. You've no doubt seen the video, but here's a recap.
Now, here's the deal. I can't imagine that some women were throwing themselves at Russell Brand. I mean, look at them. He was in some movies, right? Get Him to the Greeks, Saving Sarah Marshall. Whatever the fuck. He was in a bunch of movies. I can't even imagine why women would want to throw themselves at a fucking movie star. Who would have ever... Oh, excuse me. Throw some kangaroo on the Barbie. On the Barbie.
Received two extremely disturbing letters, or a letter and an email. One from a mainstream media TV company. One from a newspaper, listing a litany of extremely egregious and aggressive attacks, as well as some pretty stupid stuff. But
you got another Foster's over there, eh? Right?
This litany of astonishing, rather baroque attacks are some very serious allegations that I absolutely refute.
Now, I had to look up the baroque attacks, meaning something in the 17th century. Oh, this Russell Brand guy, I mean, a lot of guys would want to fuck this guy. The girls are victims. Is that right? They wanted to be with a famous movie star. Oi! I'm sorry.
Another agenda at play, particularly when we've seen coordinated media.
Oh my God! Look at this media. He's got a hidden camera up here, right next to his plant. Let's do an investigation on that, shall we? Oh my God, he probably viewed
like with Joe Rogan when he dared to take a medicine that the mainstream media didn't approve of. And we saw a spate of headlines from media outlets across the world using the same language.
Then over the weekend, Channel 4 dispatchers published a bunch of tweets promoting Channel 4's upcoming segment, Russell Brand in Plain Sight.
In plain sight. He's just a damn goddamn predator. He's an evil man. Of course he is.
Based on a year-long investigation they'd done with the Times newspaper. Exclusive. Russell Brand denies accusations of rape, sexual assault, and controlling and emotionally abusive behavior.
I mean, if you're accused of that, wouldn't you deny that? I mean, this guy is obviously fucking Hitler. Why wouldn't you just admit to it? Clearly. Oh, they even have a fucking online bitch session. So you can share your, oh my God. There was this one night that Russell Brand, he said, if you fuck me, I'll give you a Hermes bag. And the next day he bought me a Prada bag. Oh my God. Emotional abuse. Jesus Christ.
5 women share their stories with Channel 4 dispatchers in a joint investigation with The Times. Watch Russell Brand in plain sight tonight at 9 p.m. on Channel 4. For more than a year, Channel 4 and The Times have been investigating Russell Brand's treatment of women. Accusations include incidents which took place within the work environment of primetime TV shows.
Yeah, Russell Brand, look, I'm not going to sit here and say this guy was some innocent fucking flower in the corner. Oh my God, why are they accusing me of this? I didn't do anything. He did a lot of shit. He was a promiscuous fuckbag. He was a fuckboy. He was a fuckboy 15 years ago. He admits it. He was on drugs. He probably did some shit that was shady. He probably did some bad things. We don't know. And we're never going to know, aren't we? No. Now, if you've ever seen the movie, Get Him to the Greek. Have you seen that one? That's probably Russell Brand as he was acting 15 years ago. Pretty disgusting shit. Now, the question is he a misogynist? He's a emotional abuser. Did he promise some chick a Prada bag when she got the Hermes bag? We'll never fucking know. But is that what we call rape today? No. No, it's not. Now, if this son of a bitch forced himself on a woman like that, he should go to prison after a trial. So let's get the evidence in the fucking trial. And I understand there are some of these accusers are going to the police. Good. Bring the evidence and get him into court and convict him with evidence. That's not what they want to do. Because that whole evidence thing is inconvenient. You should believe women all the time. No matter what happens, they should say anything and it's done. That's what they want. That's what Me Too was about. I'm sure you guys didn't miss that.
In response to the allegations in this film, Russell Brand said, "These allegations pertain to the time when I was working in the mainstream. And as I've written about exclusively in my books, I was very, very promiscuous."
Yeah, he fucked a lot of women because a lot of women wanted to fuck Russell Brand. Oh, but wait a minute. There was that chick in Saving Sarah Marshall that says, "You touch me, I'll cut your balls off." Does anyone understand fucking humor? Brand is a comedian. He's probably the biggest fucking scumbag that you could ever run into. He's probably a fucking dirtbag, evil fuck, whatever. The point is, whatever her face said this to him, is it possible they were fucking joking around? Oh no, it's not allowed anymore. Oh no.
If you've got a story, email dispatches@channel4.co.uk. Now, I watched the full hour and 20-minute long segment with my wife, and we both came to the same conclusion. This is a hit piece. It was very light on fact.
Do you think? You remember when
and very heavy on emotional manipulation. It was based on the anonymous...
Do you remember that kangaroo hit piece from a few years ago? When you were using a logo that was a little bit too close to a children's show, remember that? That was moderate compared to what they're trying to do to Russell Brand there, Baring. I think you know that. I don't have to remind you of the past.
Allegations of 4 women who refused to appear on screen or attach their names to their allegations.
I phoned and somebody asked what it was regarding, and I was saying,
Yep. Right.
That's regarding Russell Brand being a sex offender.
And one woman, Brand's ex-wife, who wrote about being aggressively fingered by her husband in an autobiography.
Katy Perry?
She also refused to appear on screen. Now, the actors they used really sold these anonymous allegations with sad, shaky voices, emotional pauses, and distressed close-ups, all backed up by dark, ominous tones, just so we could feel the depravity of the whole situation.
Now, here's what I'm trying to do is stick up for men. I'm not sticking up for fucking scumbag, rapists, son of a bitch, and fuckers that abuse women and do this. What I'm saying is you've got a popular man here. 10 years ago, he was all the shit. He was in movies. He was doing all kinds of crazy stuff. He's a charming, good-looking guy, relatively. He's in shape and all that stuff. Are we to believe that these women didn't want to fuck this guy? No. He forced himself on me. I had no idea that he wanted to fuck me. I didn't want to go out with a fucking major fucking star. No, a charming man. No, I was just an innocent little girl or something. Oh, yeah, there's allegations. Oh, there was a 16-year-old girl. Here's the deal. Apparently, Russell Brand went out with some 16-year-old girl, right? Now, you might think that was sick. He was 31. Believe what you want. If that's a problem, then make the age of consent 21 or 25. When do these women become adults to make their own goddamn... but she was only 16. Fine. Change the fucking law. Make it illegal for anyone to look at a girl young woman who's 16. Well, we can't do that because why? Almost seems like you want to have young women who are 16 out fucking government. Why would that be the thing you want? If you want these women to be pure and virginal and not be abused by these older men, change the fucking law. I'm just saying. If they're not 18 is not enough. If they can't make their own goddamn decisions, what they want to do with their lives, oh my God, some guy grew me and shit, make the fucking age of consent 25. See how that works out for ya.
It felt overproduced and phony. The other curious thing about this is the timing of the whole thing. Russell Brand's amassed millions of viewers on YouTube and other social media platforms, and a big part of his draw is calling out the truth. There's a clip circulating of him speaking with Bill Maher about the absurdity of big pharma companies profiting off an unfortunate thing that happened over the last few years with the help of governments around the world. There's no way in hell I'm showing that clip, but it's easy to find. And as I said, the timing of this whole shebang is rather suspicious. I mean, we're talking about allegations from 10 to 20 years ago. Nobody went to the police and nobody went public at the time.
Isn't there no statute of limitations? I mean, I understand this is kind of a different crime, right? Women being abused and all, but isn't there a fucking time limit on this? Not in California. Not in California.
Came out anonymously when approached by the media, the fucking media, and now it's headline news on pretty well every media publication in existence. I mean, if the police were to get involved now, could he even have a fair trial? This shit's everywhere, and everyone...
Absolutely fucking not. His career is over, Bearing. It's done. Oi, crikey! Give me some Fosters and barbecue and the kangaroo. It's over. This guy has been demonetized on YouTube. His comedy tours have been canceled. All of his shit on some channels have been removed. Merely because some woman was pissed off that he didn't buy her fucking breakfast in the morning. Can we just be honest? Can we? He didn't care about her the next day. No fucking shit. God,
has an opinion on it. During the course of this thorough year-long media investigation, did nobody think, geez, if these allegations are so watertight, then maybe we should get the police involved? Now,
no. Involving the police requires proof. And as I've said a million times, you get a man and a woman. Maybe she was raped. We don't know. You get two people in the room. It's a he said, she said. But of course, suggesting that women maybe modulate their fucking horniness and not fuck every dude that they find on the street that they find attractive, that's oppressing women. You get in a room with a guy, some guy you just met at the fucking bar or Applebee's or whatever. See, he's kind of cute and whatever. He fucks you. He rapes you. He abuses you. How do you prove that? with no witnesses. Well, the simple situation is don't fucking do that. But if you say don't do that sort of thing, you're oppressing women, aren't you? Wow, my God.
You that believe all women, lynch mob, who are going to say, I've always thought Russell Brand was creepy, and how dare you blame the victims? These women were assaulted, and it's hard to speak up sometimes.
For women, I should be able to do what I want, when I want, no matter what the fuck I do, and have no consequences. You run into these fucking dudes at a bar or on Tinder. What about Grace? What was it? The one woman went to New Zealand on a pray love tour, if you know what I mean, and ran into a fucking serial killer who decided to end her life because she was out there. Oh, I'm just free and I'm happy. I can do whatever I want. No, you can't. No, you can't. But if you say that, you oppress the women. Don't you, Barry? As you would know, being the evil misogynist son of a bitch.
Would be sure. He is a bit of a creep. What's fucking new? It's always been a part of his shtick. And what victims? With the exception of a bitter ex-wife who refuses to take any part in this, they're all anonymous. It's a bit rough trying to tear down a man's reputation and career when your source is, trust me, bro. Now, the most compelling evidence put forward on the Channel 4 segment was from Nadia, not her real name. The Times says Nadia alleges she was raped by Brand in Los Angeles in 2012. Our journalists went through a wealth of evidence provided by Nadia, which corroborated her claims.
Okay, well then bring it to court. Bring it to the legal system. Let's get them in front of a jury and bring the evidence. That's all I have to say. There's hearsay and there's this and there's that. I felt a certain thing. Fuck you. Bring the evidence. You know, I think men have just had enough of this shit. We went through the Me Too. We went, 2 or 3 years of that bullshit. And let's remind these fucking people how many men were convicted in a court of law because some woman said something happened. Harvey Weinstein, the biggest fucking pig, disgusting fucking demon on this earth, finally went to jail. Can you name another one? Oh, seems to me, therefore, that all the men were accused are all acquitted when you bring the fucking evidence before the court. Funny that. Gee, I had no idea.
These included therapy notes from a rape treatment center, text messages, details of call records, photographs, and a version of a letter she says she sent to Brand about the impact of the alleged rape on her life. So she...
So, if this happened to this woman, bring it to court. Let's get the guy in jail. Otherwise, I don't care. I don't care what your fucking words are. Give me proof. Give me fucking proof. That's all that matters. Bring it into the legal system. Let's get it going.
She provided a text message exchange with Brand where she's angry at him for not wearing a condom and asks if she needs to get tested. This is followed up by a mostly blurred report from a rape treatment center. The only parts we can read outline the alleged event.
He ejaculated into her vagina without a condom. Gee, that's never happened before.
That led her to attend the center, and the line, she reported that the situation for her was even more complicated due to the assailant.
Again, if Mr. Brand said, I'm going to wear rubber, I'm not going to blow a load in your fucking pie. If he didn't do that, okay. Bring that to the court. Go ahead. Feel free.
Celebrity status. Now, it should be noted that her text message in the Channel 4 segment looks a lot different to her text message shown in the Times article. The version
Excuse me, why do you hate women, Baron? What is this?
Times article has clearly been photoshopped in some capacity. There's a difference in text between the top half of the message and the bottom half. As
I mean, you can be an old hamster like myself. You can see that these words here are a little bit different than the words here. Oh my God. Did she bold it? Okay. We'll bring this text message to the court and let the court work it out. No? Not going to happen, is it?
As well as some misalignment on the left margin. I mean, if they had a screenshot of the text message, why didn't they just publish the text message unaltered? Now, I'm using a series of tweets from the Times here because there's no way I can show the Channel 4 segment on YouTube. Those fuckers are super trigger happy when it comes to copyright takedowns. Then we've got Alice, not her real name. The Times says, at the start of 2021, the Sunday Times was contacted by Alice, who had become aware of our investigation. She alleges Brand was sexually and emotionally abusive towards her in 2006 when she was 16 and he was 30.
Can I ask the obvious question? Or am I just a misogynist fucking asshole? Where were her parents? She's out 16 years old, fucking a 31-year-old guy. Just wondering. Oh, no, excuse me. Excuse me. There can be no consequences or limitations on women expressing their sexuality, except if it's Russell Brand. Okay, got it.
Alice had never spoken out before. 4 months earlier, she decided to contact Brand's agent with her allegations.
Okay.
The agent had passed her to a lawyer acting for
Why
Brand.
didn't she contact the fucking police? Just curious.
Who denied her allegations and took no further action. So she was dating Brand in London for a time when she was 16 and he was 30.
16 is legal in England.
Super creepy and fucked up, but apparently not illegal in the UK. She says she had to punch him in the stomach to get his thing out of her throat. Oh, and he left her in the bath until it was cold. That was part of the story.
I've heard these stories about these women being forced to give dudes blowjobs. I honestly don't know how that works. I'm not a woman. I don't give dudes blowjobs. How, if someone is against you shoving your dick into their mouth, how does that work? Do the women not have teeth? Oh, that would change his mind in a hurry, wouldn't it? Interesting.
For some reason. Then we've got Phoebe, not her real name. The Times says a short time later, the Times spoke to Phoebe, who claimed she was sexually assaulted in 2013 while she was working at Brand's home. All the women's claims required corroboration, which took many hours of work. Now, during the Channel 4 segment, Phoebe explains that she had a sexual history with Brand and was in his bedroom one night while he was naked. Then he chased her around and got on top of her while his eyes glazed over and made him look super duper evil.
Yeah, he looked like the devil because his eyes glazed over because he was fucking her with a... What the fuck is this crap?
Now, the final victim, according to Channel 4, but not the Times say there were 4 victims, whereas Channel 4 says there were...
Oh my God! He got dinned in the dick and the woman down. He's evil. He's the devil. He's a rapist.
5 was a production runner / assistant to Brand when he was working on a Big Brother discussion panel show on Channel 4. Right. She claims she walked into Brand's dressing room where he had his knob out, probably mid-wank, and asked her to take care of it. She declined and walked out of the room. See, there's a common story between all of these victims, with the exception of the last one I mentioned, who just saw his knob. They were all willingly involved with Brand sexually. They all claim to have had a bad experience with him at some stage. They all stayed silent for years. And years
you mean he didn't make them breakfast in the morning after he fucked their brains out? And he went on to the next girl. Oh my God. It's rape!
After the experience, they all spilled the beans anonymously when approached by the media. The fucking media. Now, I'm not saying Brand isn't a sexual deviant. I'm not saying he didn't do these things he's being accused of. But I'm certainly not going to consider him guilty based on a media hit piece and a bunch of anonymous allegations. This man is innocent until he's proven guilty.
Give us some proof. Oh, no. That would be too traumatic for the victims. Right.
If you have any comments, leave them down below or at my Twitter account, bear_ing. I'll see you in the next one. Ta-ta.
When you have these woke revolutions,